Good morning, Oakfield Elementary. Please stand for the pledge. Our pledger today is a first grade student, Colin Abler. Take it away, Colin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Colin. You're a great example of, if you're nervous and afraid you're going to forget the lines, write them down and read them as you're doing the pledge. You did a fantastic job, and it's great to see your smiling face. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2020, also known as Cinco de Mayo Day. It's a Mexican holiday today, as it's a historical event in a battle that happened in 1862. And as you know, if you speak Spanish, cinco is 5 in Spanish, de Maya, May, so that's how you get Cinco de Mayo. So you may hear a little bit about that today. Some people celebrate it by eating Mexican food today, even in the United States. So happy Cinco de Mayo, especially to our Spanish-speaking families. Today is our 29th day of virtual learning. Celebrating birthdays today, a birthday shout out to our Phi-Ed teacher, Mrs. Albert. Happy birthday, Mrs. Albert. I hope you have a great day. Also celebrating birthdays, Paige Bajer and Lily Khalid. Happy birthday, ladies. Our joke of the day is, what's a pirate's favorite subject in school? Ready? Art. That one's from Miss Molly. Okay, shout out to our guest teachers today. I have included in this announcement email a parent input form because it is that time of the year where teachers are starting to create their class lists for next school year. And I always ask parents if there's any input they would want us to consider when deciding on which class their child will be in next year. So typically I would send that home in a paper copy and you could send it back to me. So I'm going to ask that you email it back to me, not to the teacher. And even if you can't fill out the form, just answering some of the questions in an email would be great. So that'll be due by the middle of May. May 15th is when our forms will be due. So check that out. As we continue Staff Appreciation Week, we're getting in more videos and messages from families. So our first shout out today comes to us from our pledger, Colin Abler, as he would like to shout out Mrs. Harrison. Take a look. Our next shout out comes to us from a first grade student, Haven Kinsler, as she celebrates Mrs. Moore, our music teacher.
Thank you, Mrs. Moore, for sending me the beautiful card you made and for being a good teacher.
Haven's back with her twin brother Mason as they honor their classroom teacher, Mrs. Harrison. So take a look at their videos.
Thank you, Miss Harrison, for being my teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Harrison, for giving me the card and for being a great teacher.
Adeline Rentmeester recorded a sweet little message for Mrs. Lindsley. She's pretty quiet as she's doing it, so you might have to listen carefully, but it is still extra special. Check out Adeline's message.
Mrs. Lindsley, thank you for being my teacher. I love having you as my teacher and I miss you.
And finally, Ashlyn Schultz is showcasing her learning that she does for Mrs. Larson and a picture of her digital learning. So check out what Ashlyn's learning looks like at home. So keep submitting your videos, your comments, your pictures. Mrs. Steinke is helping me put this all together, so email her, and we can't wait to shout out some more staff as the week progresses. Speaking of shout outs, let's shout out some students. Our first shout out comes to us from Mrs. Deneen, and she would like to shout out Elena Butcher. Elena is showing a good mindset by staying ahead of her math work, and her thank you to her mom for being on top of things and getting materials that are missing so Elena doesn't miss out on any other learning. Your work is definitely showing that you are focused, Elena. Nice job. Keep it up. Our second shout out comes to us from Mrs. Karras, and she would like to shout out her kindergartners. This week, on average, the percent of lessons passed for reading was 91%, and for math was 98%. Wow, that is outstanding, kindergarten. Keep up the good work. iReady continues to practice those skills right at your level. And again, another shout out to Elena Butcher and her mom, because virtual learning definitely isn't easy, and they're doing their best to make it work and communicating with teachers when they need some extra support. So thank you to those shout outs, and we'll have more to come. In Oak Pride updates, we are continuing to honor teachers, as I had said, and our staff in the school district. So I encourage you to take a day to dress up like one of our staff members and send me a sign showcasing who you are dressed up for the day. It is fun to play school at home, and now is a perfect time. When I was a little girl, I dreamt of a day like this, that I could run a school in my house and be the teacher and be the student. So maybe you get a chance to be the teacher or another staff member, and make sure you maybe make a name badge and send us a picture. We'd love to see it. Be creative, use your imagination. To end today's announcements, we're going back to honoring our staff. The Wessel family sent me these pictures. They decorated their door in the Oakfield community with the names of every single staff member in the elementary school on it. So thank you to Sawyer Wessel and to his parents. Mrs. Wessel works in our childcare, and Mr. Wessel is our buildings and grounds supervisor. So they are also district employees. But what a great way to honor everyone. I so appreciate this, and I couldn't think of a better way to wrap up our Tuesday's announcements. So check out these pictures. Again, have a terrific Tuesday. Continue to work hard on your work so you can have that free time on Friday, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.